जय शिव शंकर गौरी शंकर, जय जगदीश हरे। ईश ही हम आरती हरे, कि शिव ही हम आरती हरे। नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय।
जय शिव शंकर गौरी शंकर, जय जगदीश हरे। शिव ही हम आरती करे, ईश ही हम आरती करे। नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। जो श्रद्धा से तुझे पुकारे, तन मन से आरती उतारे। जो श्रद्धा से तुझे पुकारे, तन मन से आरती उतारे। निष्दिन तेरा नाम उचारे, निष्दिन तेरा नाम उचारे। उसकी कष्ट हरे, शिव ही हम आरती करे। ईश ही हम आरती करे। नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। जय शिव शंकर गौरी शंकर, जय जगदीश हरे। शिव ही हम आरती करे, ईश ही हम आरती करे। जय शिव शंभो जय त्रिपुरारी, जय 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 कैलास बिहारी। जय शिव शंभो जय त्रिपुरारी, जय 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 कैलास बिहारी। अर्चन कर आदेश हृदय से, अर्चन कर आदेश हृदय से। तुझे प्रणाम करे, शिव ही हम आरती करे। ईश ही हम आरती करे। नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। जय शिव शंकर गौरी शंकर, जय जगदीश हरे। शिव ही हम आरती करे, ईश ही हम आरती करे। नमः शिवाय 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 नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। धिन धिन तक तक धिन धिन धा, बाजे डमरू। धिन तक तक धिन धिन धा, बाजे डमरू। एक ही नाद सुनावे, ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। तक तक धन धन बाजे डमरू, तक तक धन धन
बाजे डमरू।
एक ही नाद सुनावे, ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। सरस्वती की वीणा बोले, अनगिन भेद नाद के खोले। सरस्वती की वीणा बोले, अनगिन भेद नाद के खोले। चनन चनन झुम भोले घुंघरू, चनन चनन झुम भोले घुंघरू, भोले घुंघरू एक ही नाद सुनावे। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। धिमक धिमक धिम भोले घुंघरू, भोले डमरू एक ही नाद सुनावे। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। सुर बोले दानव गण बोले, पशु पक्षी मानव गण बोले। सुर बोले दानव गण बोले, पशु पक्षी मानव गण बोले। विनती नित आदेश करो, विनती नित आदेश करो, आदेश करो। सुध बुध को कर गाओ। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। धिमक धिमक धिम भोले घुंघरू, धिमक धिमक धिम भोले डमरू, भोले डमरू एक ही नाद सुनावे। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। धिमक धिमक धिम भोले डमरू, धिमक धिमक धिम भोले डमरू एक ही नाद सुनावे। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय।
बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय, आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Devotees, let us all stand as we collectively blend our voices together as we glorify the beautiful name of Bhagavan Shiv Shankar, in whose glories we sing and rejuvenate tonight through the golden pages of Shiv महापुराण। तब हाथ जोड़ कर निपुण कर, क्योंकि भगवान श्री शंकर भगवान का मिल सब ध्यान धरो। We join our palms together as we invoke the blessings of Bhagavan Shankar into our hearts as we join in mantra dhyan. Please pray together. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Namaste Rudramanyauto Taikave Namaha, Namaste Astu Dhanvani Bahubhyamutate Namaha, Yateishu Shiva Tama Shiva Bhavovate Danuhu, Shiva Sharavyaya Tanvano Yuddha Mridaya, Yat Rudra Shiva Tano Ghora Papakashini, Tayanastanu Vashantamaya Girishanta Bijakashi. Om Namo Bhagavaya Cha Rudraya Cha Nama Sharvaya Cha Pashupataya Cha Namo Nilaggrivaya Cha Shitikantaya Cha Namah Kapardini Cha Vyuktakeshaya Manmahadevaya Namah. Om Namo Hiranyavahavi Hiranyavarnaya Hiranyarupaya Hiranyapate Ambikapataye Namah. Om ईशाना सर्वविद्यानां ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपते ब्रह्मणोधिपते ब्रह्मा सदा अस्तु सदा शिव। ओं तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुलांतकाय कालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय महामृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Pray everyone. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Soft lights we wave before thee, Prabhu. Thou art the indweller in the hearts of all your devotees. Thou art source of all happiness, consciousness and bliss. Prabhu, you are the fountain of eternal life. You are the ocean of blessings, the reservoir of all purity and goodness. Tonight as we offer Arti, Prabhu, we pray that the blessings of your light may remove all the darkness from within our minds and hearts, blessing our home, our families, our children, our country, our nation and the world at large. Prabhu, daya karo, kripa karo, suno hamar prarthana. Prabhu, accept our offerings as we wave the light of love. Prabhu, Jai Shiva Omkara, Har Shiva Omkara, Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara, Har Shiva Omkara, Om Har 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 Mahadev,
Om Har 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 Mahadev.
Everyone, blend your voices together, bolo. Har 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 Mahadev,
Om Har 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 Mahadev.
Ekanam Chaturanam Panchanan Raje. Pray together.
Ekanan Chaturanam Panchanan Raje.
Hansasan Garudasan Vrishavahan Sade. Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara, Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara,
Hare Shiva Omkara.
that beautiful name, the name of Bhagwan Shankar, that Panch Akshar Mantra, Namah Shivaya, that most blissful name that even the lips of Bhagwan Sri Ram, he constantly chants. The name of Bhagwan Shankar taken with so much of love on the lips of all the sages and saints, the rishis and the munis, that which burns away all the impurities of the Kali Yuga age and which brings the devotee closer to the divine consciousness of Lord Bhagwan Sadashiva. We pray together as we blend our voices together collectively. Bolo Har 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 Mahadev, Om
Har 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 Mahadev.
Om Har 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 Mahadev, Om
Har 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 Mahadev.
Ekanam Chaturanam Panchanan Raje. Bolo
Ekanan Chaturanam Panchanan Raje.
Hansasan Garudasan Vrishavahan Sade. Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara, Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara.
Hare Shiva Omkara.
My dear devotees, there is no other mantra that could equate to the Panch Akshara, that 5-syllable divine mantra used to propitiate Bhagwan Lord Sadashiva. It is true Panch Akshara mantra that Lord Brahma created the cosmic universe. It is true Panch Akshara mantra that Bhagwan Vishnu sustains every aspect of this divine cosmos. It is in the power of that name that the entire creation will once again be dissolved and regenerated yet again. The power of that beautiful syllable, the 5-syllable mantra, the name of Lord Bhagwan Sadashiva. Let us put all our love and devotion and let us glorify Bhagwan Shankar tonight. Bolo Har 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 Mahadev. बोलो
हर 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 महादेव।
ओम हर 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 महादेव। बोलो
हर 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 महादेव।
भुज चार चतुर्भुज दस्तभुज अति सोहे।
भुज चार चतुर्भुज दशभुज अति सोहे।
बोलो तीनों रूप निराकत त्रिभुवन
जग मोहे।
बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा।
हर शिव ओंकारा।
बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा।
हर शिव ओंकारा।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
बोलो हर 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 महादेव।
हर 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 महादेव।
My Lord, you are the manifestation of truth. You are Satyam. You are divine, exquisite, infinite beauty. You are Sundaram. You are the all auspicious one. You are Shivam. Prabhu, tonight we glorify these divine concepts and attributes of your most beautiful form. And we pray only that you remain forever favorable unto us as we have come tonight in Yagna to purify our minds and our hearts by listening to your glorious Katha and singing your name. May you, my Lord, O Bhagavan Shankar, continue to be our source of strength, wisdom and inspiration now and forevermore. Bolo Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Bolo
Satyam Shivam Sundaram.
Everyone, pray together. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Bolo
Satyam Shivam Sundaram.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara
I want you
Raja.
close your eyes and see that beautiful form of Bhagavan Shankar as he dances the Tandava. This beautiful form of Bhagavan Shankar as he dances, he brings equilibrium or total balance to all of the universal forces, the elements and the principles of creation and sustenance. See that beautiful form of the dancing Shiva and receive the blessings of Bholenath, Bhagavan Shankar. Bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki! Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Shiva Shiva Namo, Har Har Namo. Shiva
Shiva Namo, Har Har Namo.
Shiva Shiva Namo, Har Har Namo. Shiva
Shiva Namo, Har Har Namo.
Shankar Shiva Nataraja.
Shankar Shiva Nataraja.
Clap your hands together, bolo. Raja Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Namah Parvate Pataye Har Har. Namah
Parvati Pataye Har.
Namah Parvate Pataye Har Har. Namah
Parvati Pataye Har.
Har Har Shankar Mahadeva. Bolo
Har Har Shankar Mahadeva.
Bolo Har Har Shankar Mahadeva. Bolo
Har Har Shankar Mahadeva.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan Shekara Raja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natan
Shekara Raja.
Bolo Shri Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. Pray together. Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव। बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय, शंकर भगवान की जय, बोलो आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। बैठिए आराम से, प्लीज बी सीटेड एवरीवन very very comfortably. Let me invite all of you to blend your voices together in this beautiful kirtan. Let us glorify Adishakti Devi Durga Mata. In this chant we glorify her as Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba Ma. You are the Shakti, the primordial energy of Bhagwan Sadashiva. It is through you Bhagwan Shankar creates through the consciousness of Brahma. It is through you, O Mother, that Bhagwan Vishnu as Adishakti Mahalakshmi sustains and maintains the entire cosmos. And it is through your Shakti that the universe once again will be dissolved and regenerated through the consciousness of Parvati Devi. Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba, Bolo Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba. Whenever we worship Devi Mata, the first mantra in the stotra says, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstitha Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. While that mantra identifies the Parashakti as Devi Mata, when we chant this prayer, we are actually invoking the Shakti of Mother within our own consciousness for the purpose of empowering ourselves. And this is why the first one says, Shakti Rupena Sanstita, that while you, O Mother, you are the manifestation, the epitome, you are the form of power, we invoke that power for our own upliftment. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vidya Rupena Sanstitha. You are the abode, you are the storehouse of all wisdom. May we share in that knowledge that will guide our thoughts, our thinking, the decisions and the choices we make in life. So whenever we say Shakti, we mean energy and power. And so the reason why I choose to begin with this particular kirtan, this particular chant, is Bhagwan Shankar is devoid and bereft of any potential, any energy without Shakti Parvati. And so we glorify her. So I want you to blend your voices. The bhajans are very, very simple. Right? Tonight we have acclaimed singers like my brother Craig and all of these wonderful peoples. They will sing all the beautiful, elaborate bhajans. But I will stick to the very simple ones because I want all of you to sing along together. A special welcome to my Chela Zahir and his family. They came all the way from San Juan. You know how far away that is? To join with us here. So I don't want the people from north to say that they came down south and nobody wants to sing. So please clap your hands and sing, glorify. Don't wait until, sometimes some people, God forbid, when you can't raise a limb and you can't move too much, is then you want to do all kinds of things. So be mindful that your ability to do anything, the potential that you possess is through God's blessings, and always be mindful. Please, we sing together. Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba. Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba. Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba. Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba. Jai Jagadamba, Jai Jagadamba. Jai Jagadamba, Jai Jagadamba. Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata. Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata. Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata. Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata. जय चामुंडेश्वरी जय विश्वमाता
जय चामुंडेश्वरी जय विश्वमाता
बोलो जय चामुंडेश्वरी जय विश्वमाता
जय चामुंडेश्वरी जय विश्वमाता
बोलो भैया अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
देवी देवी जय महादेवी
देवी देवी जय महादेवी
देवी देवी जय महादेवी
देवी देवी जय महादेवी
जय महाकाली जय शक्ति देवी
जय महाकाली जय शक्ति देवी
बोलो जय महाकाली जय शक्ति देवी
जय महाकाली जय शक्ति देवी
बोलो अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
बोलो जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
शक्ति शक्ति जय महाशक्ति शक्ति
शक्ति जय महाशक्ति
शक्ति शक्ति जय महाशक्ति
शक्ति शक्ति जय महाशक्ति
जय शिव शक्ति जय गौरी देवी
जय शिव शक्ति जय गौरी देवी
बोलो जय शिव शक्ति जय गौरी देवी
जय शिव शक्ति जय गौरी देवी
बोलो अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
बोलो अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
बोलो जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय जगदम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जगदम्बा माता की जय बोलो महाशक्ति माता की सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये बोलो शिवे सर्वऋत साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः बोलो महाशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय शिव शंकर भगवान की जय हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव श्री उमापति महादेव की जय Pandit B. Shamji, my younger brother Pandit Neil, all my respected elders who have blessed us with your presence here, devotees, brothers and sisters, Sabko Jai Sitaram. The purpose of religion, whichever religion you belong to, is to help us to lead a more conscientious life and to strive for perfection in whatever field that we would have found ourselves in, and to help us to reach perfection in wherever life will put us. That is the purpose of religion. elevating the thinking, the behavior, the general consciousness of mankind towards leading a more productive, progressive, prosperous, and positive life. That is the goal of religion. Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, is not identified as a religion. And the reason for that is that religion has certain doctrines that are specific for a particular religious practice. And as I would have alluded to last night, as I would have mentioned last night, that Hinduism is the only religion that embraces all other religions and faith. And this is why I mentioned to you that the only religion that does not convert or seek to tell others to come and join my religion, to leave yours and come and join mine, is Sanatana Dharma, is Hinduism. Now we are in the period of the Shiv Ratri, and many yagnas taking place all over on the radios, on the television, and in every community. And we hear from the Shiv Puran, we hear all the Kathas, we hear all the messages. We are familiar with the Shiva Lingam. Most of us, we are familiar with the Shivashtaka Stotram. We understand the importance of offering the 5 nectars, the reason for the offering of the 5 nectars. And so the general theology, the general principles and the doctrines of the religion, we are very much familiar with. But as a Pandit, I think where we are failing is, apart from simply following the religion, we do not practice and we do not inculcate the teachings that the religion prescribes for us. And this is why I have mentioned on several occasions that Hinduism is not a religion. It is a way of living. It is a way of thinking. It is a way of believing. It is a way of dressing. It is a way of culturing. It is a way of training your children. It is a vision that you have for wanting the best, not only for yourself, not only for your children, not only in the name of your ancestors, not only providing opportunities for those who are yet to come, as we also mentioned last night in the importance of the Pitri Yagna, but it is also fulfilling our social duties and responsibility as a people living in a global village. And this is why you must admire India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. From days even before they had planes and satellites, our rishis and munis taught us that the actions of one community could impact the world at large, because we are a global village. We all belong to one. Who would ever think that in a marketplace in Wuhan in China, that something could take place that would bring the whole world to its knees? So if ever you had the doubt of the power of Hindu teachings and philosophies, my dear brothers and sisters, you just have to look around. And so tonight I'm so very anxious and I'm so very eager and I'm so very enthused to bring to you just a few lines of the Shiv Puran Katha. It's one of my favorite Kathas, the Katha of sage Atri and his Dharam Patni Anasuya Devi. But what I found so remarkable about this Katha is the fact that Bhagwan Shankar himself re-emphasizes and reinforces a very important message that you and I, we take for granted. And this simple message tonight is encapsulated, is themed. The hands that serve is more significant and more powerful and more faithful and more uplifting and more divine and more worthy than the lips that pray. And that is the theme of tonight's Katha. Devotees, do you know that for the Shivratri, many of us would be offering milk on the lingam? Brahma Murari Surachita Lingam Nirmala Bhachita Shobhita Lingam Janma Jadukha Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. And some village, somewhere, there are children without milk to drink. Do you know that? There are children in your own village. They might not speak your language, but when they cry, whether they cry in English or Spanish or French or Chinese, that is a child who is hungry. And man, liters and gallons of milk on the Shiv Lingam. I'm not saying don't Charhawe, but I'm making a point to you that so much we offering, and oh my goodness, when you go, yes, I'm guilty of it also. You want the biggest thali with all the bread, apples and all the fruits, and strawberries is $75, $80 a container, but you're packing it up. And there's people right next door in the village and thing who mightn't even have anything to eat. And you see how much we take and we throw in the river and we offer in the sea, and Om Namah Shivaya. Listen to how Bhagwan Shankar was motivated, and how all the devatas left all the lokas and all the regions, and they came there to identify with the actions of someone who performed her duty with so much of love and distinction, even in the conscientious absence of a dulaha. A beautiful katha of sage Atri and Anasuya Mata. Bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki! We sing together in Shiv Puran Sumiran. Gauri Shankar Pada Kamala. Gauri Shankar Pada Kamala. Kamala Prabhu Prema Sahita Hiyala. Gauri Shankar Pada Kamala Prema Sahita Hiyala. Shrimat Shambhu Puran ki bhasha rachahu subhan. Shruti samvedanati shivam. Shruti samvedanati shivam. Samba Sachidanam Nirguna Brahman Kalyai Vyayami Tasutanda. Close your eyes and pray. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Everyone together, bolo. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. There is no katha, there is no narration that is greater than that which comes from the lips of Maharaj Vedyas Ji, as it is contained in the golden pages of Shri Shiva Mahapuranam. The earth is purified whenever the Shiv Puran is read. The air is sanctified whenever the Shiv Puran is read. The elements of the universe are all brought into equilibrium. All the energies are brought into balance. Wherever the Shiv Puran Katha is read, there all the Devatas will assemble to give blessings and benedictions to whom with love and devotion would listen, will understand the Katha. Maya pai jag bhav palan ho. Shambhu swayam bhajo jasu tar pavat gaurav dro. Eke madhav ravi ganadhish shiva yut dhyan. जिन जिन के अध्य सकल जिनने देत सहाय. माता पिता गुरु भारती, माता पिता गुरु भारती, वेद व्यास मुनीश प्रेम सहित कर जोरा कर सब ही नवाओ शीश, सब ही नवाओ शीश. mentally, offer beautiful bay leaves onto the Shivalingam. Do mental worship, Manasa Puja, and pray with all your love. Devotees, wherever you are listening, I want you to pray with me tonight as we offer the beautiful name of Bhagwan Shankar. Panchakshara mantra bolo. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om bolo everyone. Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om together. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Sapta Sahita Sahita Shri Shiva Purana Sukhada Bhukti Mukti Dayak Sadhuma Bhaktan Jeevan Pran Kashi Pale Shiva Sumiri Girja Ganapati Dhyay Kashi Pale Shiva Sumiri Girja Ganapati Dhyay Shubha Vidyeshwar Sameta Shri Kali Katabana Kali Katabana. Pray together everyone. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Bolo Har 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 Mahadev. Bolo
Hare 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 Mahadev.
Bolo Har 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 Mahadev. Bolo
Hare 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 Mahadev.
Bam Bam Bhola. Om Namah Shivaya. Bam
Bam Bhola, Om Namah Shivaya.
Bam Bam Bhola. Om Namah Shivaya. Bam
Bam Bhola, Om Namah Shivaya.
साधु के लगाए के तीखा लगाए के दिल पर चढ़ाए के पुष्प चढ़ाए के दीप चढ़ाए के धूप चढ़ाए के बम बम भोला बम बम भोला बम बम भोला हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बम बम भोला बम बम भोला बम बम भोला बम बम भोला bam bam bhola bam bam bhola bam bam bhola bam bam bhola hari om namah shivaya om namah shivaya om namah shivaya om namah shivaya satyam shivam sundaram Satyam Shivam Sundaram Ishwar Satya hai Satya hi Shiva hai Shiva hi Sundar hai Satyam Shivam Sundaram Om Satyam Shivam Sundaram Shri Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Devotees, there was a great drought that threatened the growth of plants, the rearing of animals. The earth, the land became very pulverized, very dusty. Grains refused to grow. The rivers were all dry and no rain fell for the entire year. Atri Muni in his ashram suffered the demise of even his sishyas and all of his disciples leaving when there was no food, no grains to eat, nothing to sustain life, not even water to quench the thirst. When the society met with such difficulty and such famine, such drought and demise, Atri Muni decided, let me look within to find solutions to this great drought that would have been causing such turmoil and such demise to our community. Atri Muni took a sankalp, and in that sankalp he took an oath, he made a declaration that not until rain will fall or the earth will become again with water, that I would break my tapasya. And so, sitting very comfortably with his eyes closed, he began now chanting mantra dhyan with his thoughts fixed at the feet of Lord Bhagavan Sadashiva. Samba Sadashiva, Samba Sadashiva, Samba Sadashiva Hari Shambho. Atri Muni, seeing the demise, the great hardship, the death and the demise of all the vegetation, and now even the villagers losing their lives for lack of food and water, all his Sishyas left. He now turned into the direction of Bhagavan Shankar and taking this oath, this sankalp, that I would not stop until the Lord comes to relieve our distress. And like this, Atri Muni, with mantra dhyan, he is meditating upon Bhagavan Shiv Shankar, that the Lord will come and bring some remedy to the demise and the difficulties that they face. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hari Shambho. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hari Shambho. He Shiva Shankar, He Shiva Shankar, He Shiva Shankar Hari Shambho. Bolo. He Shiva Shankar, He Shiva Shankar, He Shiva Shankar Hari Shambho. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hari Shambho. Bolo. Samba Sada Shiva,
Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hari Shambho.
He Gangeshwar, He Gangeshwar, He Gangeshwar Hari Shambho. सुत जी बोले, किसी समय जब वहां देकर जाने वाले को श्रेष्ठ ऋषि अत्रि समाधि जागे, तब अपने प्रिया से बोले कि जल लाओ। सांब सदा शिव, सांब सदा शिव, सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो। सांब सदा शिव, सांब सदा शिव, सांब सदा शिव हर Chirumaapati Mahadev ki jai. Atri Muni, with his eyes closed, he performed mental worship of Lord Bhagavan Shankar. There was not even water to perform abhishekam. You know what is abhishek? Abhishek is that special preparation of the dhar in which you offer to Bhagavan Shiva. Not even water to perform abhishek. He sat there. And now his mind totally and completely fixed on Bhagavan Shankar. He is not moving. And so devoutly, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. Anasuya, recognizing now that Atri Muni is fixed in his devotion, that he took this sankalp and now he adheres to performing this vrat that he would have embarked upon. Now very quickly, what is a sankalp? A sankalp is simply an oath that you take for the performance of some kind of religious rite or some kind of religious sacrament for a positive outcome at the end. Now, for example, recently many families have been subjected to illness with the current COVID situation. And I've been telling many people, the first thing, the minute we get sick, we call Baba, check the patra and see, something is wrong. This is the virus that is plaguing the world. We are all subjected. If you are on the outside, chances are, you will pick it up. And trust me, if you're not going anywhere and you're at home, you can still contract it also. As I think I mentioned that last night. So in our very instant state of difficulty and challenge, nobody, or sometimes most of us, we are not prepared. If Baba say, okay, you have to do so and so, Baba, but I was not fasting. I ate this or I drank that or I went somewhere, Jai Bhagwan. In your mind, you make a Sankalpa, Prabhu, I am seeking your intervention. And this is exactly what Atri Muni did. The Sankalpa to seek God's intervention, to seek His involvement and His taking charge of a particular situation. And when I am in a position to, I will be able to do. So what many people do, we take some rice or we take some coins and supari. When you have puja, what do you use? One lady called me, she said, Baba, I saw you said take some coins and rice and supari and so on. But why these particular materials? Because the remedy to every difficulty is the performance of puja and seeking the divinity and God's intervention. So when you do puja, you use rice, you use coins, you use supari. And most of the times, depending on your sankalp, that is what you are going to tie in your langot when you put up a jhandi. Do you follow? So that whenever these situations come about, the immediate reaction, my Lord, you take charge of this. You take charge of it. Guide the hands of those doctors and nurses and those who are administering in that surgery that my child may have to do or that my relative may have to do. Oh Mother Saraswati, you take charge of our child's minds and consciousness and let them be successful. There is some whatever your situation may be. A sankalp is an affirmation that God will take charge, that God is in charge, and when I can and when I have the opportunity to, then we will give thanks. So Atri Muni performs samadhi. Anasuya Devi, devotees, what does she do? She's thinking, if I were to join my dulaha in this samadhi, then what is going to happen? If two of us would be sitting there and chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, then how long will we carry on for? And she took a sankalp. You know what was the sankalp? I am taking this sankalp today that I am going to worship Bhagwan Shankar, but I am going to serve my dulaha. I will provide him with whatever he needs to assist him in his performance of his devotion. So you know what she will do? Every day she will change his clothing. She will, whatever she could have done to support him, to be at his side, but she never neglected to perform her duties and her responsibilities as a dulahin and as a wife, despite the challenging situation that they faced. And so as Atri Muni sits and performs puja for so many days and months and weeks that passes, Anasuya Devi did all that she could to ensure that her husband was well taken care of and her duties and responsibilities were fulfilled. Sutaji bole, Sutaji Maharaj, who's relating this katha, किसी समय रे came a time जब वहाँ देखने जाने वाले में श्रेष्ठ ऋषि अत्रि मुनि समाधि के जागे, तब अपनी प्रिया से बोले कि हे कि जल लाओ. Atri Muni, he jage means to wake up. Atri samadhi jagi ke tab apne priya se bole. He woke up from his samadhi, and the minute his eyes open, you know what he said? The first thing that came out of his mouth, were you there? What are you doing, you know? The first thing that comes out of his mouth, bring water quickly. I am thirsty to death. And now, when Anasuya Devi heard this, Tatkal Sadhavi Anasuya Kamandalo ke grahan kar, she grabbed hold of the kamandal, kisko banko chala gaya, and ran now like a recluse, like a crazy lady in the forest. Aur vichar karne lage, jal kahan se lao, main kya karu? Kah jao kinder se jal lao. Oh Bhagwan, now what happened? After so many months, she performed her duties religiously. The minute her Dulaha eyes opened, oh my goodness, his throat was parched. And the first thing that came out of his mouth, bring water fast, fast. And the minute the Dulahin heard this, you ever heard the term, have you ever heard the term, air stick? You never heard that? You all don't use that term in South, in Trinidad, in Central, where I'm from. The talk is, hey, don't stick. Meaning, come on man, make it fast. Anasuya didn't stick at all. The minute she heard her husband, the first thing he asked for is water, she picked up the kamandal and hello, no water, no way, you know. But she only heard the husband want water. She grabbed the thing and like she crazy all about now, balling down the place now, water, water, water. You know, when you get a shock, like she got a shock. She was just so happy to see her Dulaha was, you know, he was out of the samadhi. Probably thinking he would have been happy to say, where they girl? You know how sometimes, you know, the little talk between Dulaha and Dulahin? Immediately she grabbed onto the kamandal and like she crazy, she running and bawling and now she's crying and weeping and wailing. Because you know why? Now, not hearing or seeing her husband move or hearing his voice for so long, the first thing he's asking for is water, and now she is sorrowful and she is sad, depressed, because the one thing he's asking her for, she couldn't get for him. And now she has this kamandal and she's crying and running all through the forest. Where will she get this water to quench the thirst of her Dulaha? Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hare Shambho. Samba Sada Shiva,
Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hare Shambho.
He Shiva Shankara, He Shiva Shankara, He Shiva Shankara Hare Shambho.
He Shiva Shankara, He Shiva Shankara, He Shiva Shankara Hare Shambho.
Bolo Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hare Shambho. Bolo Samba
Sada Shiva,
Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva.
My dear devotees, and like this she holds the kamandal. She's looking up at the trees and she's asking, oh trees, dried branches are hanging all over, the fruits and leaves have all fallen. And she's asking, where will I get water? She's digging the ground dry and dusty, pulverized as it were, and begging, will water come from somewhere? I could bear the pain of myself not having food and water to drink, but please allow me to even get one drop of water that I could quench the thirst of my Dulaha. Please, my Lord, wherever you are, if you are present at all, if at all you would ever listen to me, allow me to get a little bit of water. And my dear devotees, like that, what Anasuya Mata did not know is right in that forest, Lord Shiva, Parvati Mata, and all the Devtas and Devis were surrounding that ashram where Atri Muni and Anasuya Devi were. Devotees, when Lord Shiva observed true divinity, true love and true devotion, my dear devotees, he came down there. After him, Parvati Devi came, and then the host of the 33 million deities, they came and they encircled that spot where Atri Muni and Anasuya Mata was. And devotees, what was the discussion? The Katha says, Vyas Maharaj says, that Lord Shiva now is smiling and he's asking Parvati and he's asking all the Devtas, whose devotion is greater? Is it Atri Muni, who would have been sitting for so many days and weeks and months? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Bolo, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. Or is it it Anasuya Devi? Is it the wife's devotion who, even though she did not chant a single mantra, what she did, she joined her palms and not having any water to give as arghya or abhishekam, she circumambulated the lingam of Lord Bhagavan Shankar. Tat parireshthita sobhita lingam parat param paramatmakalingam ravanadat parinashanalingam tat pranamami sada shivalingam sarva sugandhi sulepita lingam sarva sugandhi sulepita lingam buddhi vivardan karanalingam siddha surasura vandita lingam tat pranamami sada shivalingam om namah shivaya om namah shivaya om namah shivaya. She did not have a drop of milk. She did not have a drop of dahi, not even a bay leaf, not even flowers to offer because of the state of the environment, because of the drought and the famine, my dear devotees. She had nothing at all but intense faith and devotion in Lord Bhagavan Shankar. But not only that, my friends, she never deterred, or she never desisted, or she never refrained from performing her duty as a wife to her dulaha, to be there to support him, to wipe him, to clean him, and to fan him, and to do whatever she could to make sure that he was well looked after and well taken care of. Lord Bhagavan Shankar said to Parvati that, "Oh Parvati, I am so pleased with the devotion of Atri Muni, but I have never in my entire creation of Brahma have ever seen the devotion like the devotion of Anasuya Devi, whose love not only for me but her dedication to her dulaha allows her pristine devotion to shine so radiantly and brilliantly." My dear devotees, it was the devotion and the action and the conduct and the behavior of Anasuya Devi that brought all the 33 million devatas there encircling that ashram of Atri Muni. Bhagavan Shankar says, "I have seen devotion, but I have never seen actions dedicated to righteousness and dharma like that of Anasuya Devi." Bhagavan Shankar said to Ganga Devi, "Oh Ganga, go immediately and you give a boon to Anasuya Devi, that whatever her heart desire, this you should give to Anasuya Devi." And so my friends, Ganga Devi goes. What will happen? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. इस प्रकार विस्मय प्राप्त हुए अनसुया को गंगा जी के से दर्शन किया। इस प्रकार से अनसुया का पीछा इसको सुंदर शरीर धारण कर किया। नदियों में श्रेष्ठ गंगा जी के अनसुया का कहा। गंगा जी बोले, हे देवी, मैं तुमसे प्रसन्न हूँ, अब तुम कहाँ जाते हो, यहाँ बताओ से स्वभाव। हे सौभाग्य, धन्य हो तुम, धन्य हो तुम, धन्य हो सौभागी। ओम नमः शिवाय, 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। Ganga Devi goes before Anasuya, and Anasuya Devi is crying, her hair loosed and rugged. She is so scantily dressed because all of her clothing messed and torn and ripped apart by the dense forested region, dry woods and torn pieces of branches. And there, Anasuya Devi, like a crazy lady, like a recluse in the forest, she sees Ganga. And Ganga says, "O Divine One, hey Saubhagi, you who are so devoted to your Dulaha, please tell me, where are you going and what are you seeking?" She says, "My Dulaha wishes for water, there is no water, please help me." And so Anasuya, tears flowing from her eyes, and if she would to even collect the tear to give to her Dulaha, but even that will be salty and will create more oppression and illness in the life of a Dulaha. My dear devotees, Ganga Devi says, "Oh Devi, I will give you water, but in turn I ask of you one thing. I want you to give me just one day of your devotion that you have dedicated to Shivji and to your Dulaha. The merit of one day of your actions, I want you to give to me, and I will give you water." Then Anasuya Devi says, "You can take everything away, whatever, to bring water to quench the thirst of my Dulaha." Ganga Devi says, "Take your hand and dig the earth." And the minute Anasuya Mata touched the dry pulverized ground, water started shooting up, my dear devotees, an endless flow of Ganga Devi. Bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki Har 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 Mahadev. Bolo 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 Satyam Shivam Sundaram. बोलो सत्यम
शिवम सुंदरम।
ईश्वर सत्य है, सत्य ही शिव है, शिव ही सुंदर है। सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva Hari Shambho. My dear devotees, Ganga Devi is looking for Anasuya Mata to give her so many boons and blessings. She could have been found nowhere. You know what? Anasuya didn't wait for blessings. She filled that kamandal and ran straight back to where her Dulaha was. Devotees, look at the nature of people who are truly dedicated to God. Atri Muni took the kamandal and started drinking, and the minute he took the first drip of water, he looks at Anasuya. But wait, where did this water come from? How did you get water? Devotees, she bowed at the feet of Dulaha. And you know what she said? It is because of your devotion to Shivji that Ganga came and she brought this Bardhan, this boon to all of us. Because of your devotion. Devotees, she never said to her Dulaha that Ganga came to me and she identified with my devotion and my actions, and this is why the water was given as Bardhan. She never did that. She identified the fact that it was her Dulaha's blessings and his merit that allowed them to receive that water. You see the nature, my dear friends, of people who lead lives that are conscientious in their practice of dharma. And this is why, my friends, I told you in tonight's Katha, greater than the lips that pray are the hands that serve and perform intricate action in praise of that Supreme Personality. When we are truly devoted to God, we are always conscientious of how we think. We are always conscientious of how we speak. We are always conscientious. We are always aware that our actions, our behavior, our conduct and our attitude would never offend or hurt the feelings of other people. We are always conscious of the quality of life that we live. And this is why Bhagavan Shankar, my dear devotees, when Atri Muni and Anasuya Devi, they joined their palms together, Lord Shiva appeared in that beautiful Sagun form, and Bhagavan Shankar says, "O Atri, O Anasuya, whatever your desires may be, please ask and it shall be granted unto you." And Atri Muni, together with Anasuya Devi, they said, my Lord, if you are pleased with our devotion, remain here in the form of the Shiva Lingam. Let Ganga remain as that ever-flowing source of water, and whoever will come and take water from that flowing fountain and will pour that water onto the lingam would be cleansed of all impurities. All their difficulties and demise will be washed and removed, and immense joy and immense blessings will come. So At that very set time, Bhagavan Shankar assumed the divine form of the Shivalingam, and there up to now, in that most sacred path in southern India, the Atrishwar Shivalingam is manifested there. And next to the Lingam, there is that flowing sacred river of the holy Ganga. Devotees will go from around the world and they will collect water in their kamandals, in their lota, and with so much of love, they would offer unto the Atrishwar Shivalingam. Brahma Murari Surachita Lingam Nirmala Bhakshita Shobhita Lingam Janma Jadhuka Vinashaka Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya.
Come, join with me in Manas Yagna, in mental worship of the most sacred emblem and icon of divinity, the sacred Shivalingam. Close your eyes right where you are, and I want you simply see yourselves mentally offering the beautiful flowers, the bilva leaves, and all your love and devotion to the feet of Bhagavan Sadashiva. O Bhagavan Shankar, bless us that we are always mindful that our greatest form of devotion is to lead a good, a righteous, and a dharmic life. Help us to recognize that our greatest form of worship and devotion is to be able to help, to share, to give, and to serve especially your children when they are in need, in whatever way we can, to help our neighbors in their times of difficulties, in these times of distress and depression. Even if it means that you can pick up your telephone and make a call, even if you think that it will cost too much to make a call, then you can send a message on your phone to a brother, to a sister, to a neighbor, to a friend who might be experiencing some form of difficulty. My brother, my sister, Didi, Bhaiya, how are you today? How are the children? Are you all keeping safe? This is just a simple message to know that I'm thinking of you and we love you. Devotees, greater than the lips that would pray are the hands that would serve in fulfilling our duties and responsibilities. If you are a mother, be the best mother to your children. If you're a father, the best father to your children. You're a husband, be a better husband than you were to your dulahin yesterday. Be a better dulahin to your dulaha than you were yesterday. Let us seek Bhagavan Shankar's blessings and forever remember tonight's Katha, that greater than the lips that worship are the hands that serve. Prabhu, may you bless us to be forever conscious of the quality of life that we live. May we continue to be a source of strength and inspiration, role models to our children and to our community. Shiva, Shiva, you are my Shiva, you are my Satyam. Shiva, Shiva, you are my Shiva, you are my Shivam. Shiva, Shiva, you are my Shiva, you are my Sundaram. Deva Muni Pravarachita Lingam Kamadaham Karuna Karalingam Ravana Tarpa Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Sarva Sugandhi Sulepita Lingam Buddhi Vivardhan Karana Lingam Siddha Surasura Vandita Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Bam Bole Hare, मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे बम बोले हरे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे और मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे बम बोले हरे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम बोलो भैया हरि ओम नमः शिवाय 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 बम बोले हरे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे बम बोले हरे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे बोलो मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे बम बोले हरे
मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे
बोले हरे
मोर मनोकामना पूरा करे
बोलो बोलो अयोध्या नाथ सियापति रामचंद्र की जय हर 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 महादेव बोलो हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव
My dear devotees, and so as we conclude, we reflect on the glories of tonight's Katha in the beautiful pages of Rudra Samhita of the Shiva Mahapuran, the glories of the Atrishwar Shivalingam, that beautiful lingam that stands even until this day, that came about because of the intensity of the love and the dedication of a Dulahin who served her Dulaha despite the many difficulties and the many challenges. Bhagwan Shiv Shankar and the host of the 33 million deities, they came there in honor not of the devotion of Atri, but the dedication in the action and the discipline of a dedicated Dulahin. Anasuya Devi, Lord Shiva manifested in the form of that beautiful lingam and continues to be a source of light and inspiration. As we celebrate Mahashivratri, I pray that Lord Shiva may bless us, that we continuously be conscious, Bhaiya, Didi, of the quality of life that we live. Yes, it is important to go to the mandir, to support our religious institutions, to perform our puja, to chढ़ावे dhar and jal to Shivji every Thursday. But what is even more important, as the Shiv Puran impresses upon all of us in tonight's message, be conscious of how you live. Whatever you can do to make others happy, whatever you can do to share, to give, to serve, whatever little that you have, that you can feed those who are hungry. Remember, it is not about how much milk you can pour onto the Shivalingam. It is about the impact on the lives of others who would need your love, your support, and your assistance more than anything else. Pray together. Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Bolo Shri Mahapati Mahadev ki jai. I have two little requests. And these are one, I would love to hear a few words from Pandit Neelji, in whatever way that you would give your blessings and share your blessings with us, Panditji. And then when he finishes, one of my very talented little chelas, Bhaiya Craig, is here. And I would like to ask him to do one bhajan for us before we conclude with the final arti. Pandit Neelji, and again, it is an honor and a blessing and absolute joy to be with you in this mandir for these 2 nights. Om Namah Shivaya.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. We pray to Ganapati. Ganapati Devata. Let's bring our minds and heart to Sri Ganesh. Hari Om. Om Param Dhamma Parabrahma Parishambharamadbhutam Vigana Niganakaram Shantam Pushtan Khandanamandakam Sura Surindai Siddhindai Sugan Saumit Paradvaram Sura Paramadinesham Cha Ganeshaya Mangalam Om Hirambaya Namaha. Bolo Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Devotees, thank you so much for coming on these 2 nights of satsang. Thank you, Panditji, for all of your inspirational words that you have done. Bolo Sri Shiv Shankar Bhagwan Ki Jai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
बैल की सवारी करे डमरू बजाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बैल की सवारी करे डमरू बजाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय रचना बना के कहले रे खिलारे कहीं पे बना के राजा कहीं पे भिखारे रचना रचा के आप खेले रे खिलारे कहीं पे बना के राजा कहीं पे भिखारे रोते लगा रोने लगा हार के जीत के बचा के जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बैल की सवारी करे लपटते हो पहरे नागमाला हाथों पे त्रिशूल धारी नाम भोला भाला बागंबर लपटते हो पहरे नागमाला हाथों में त्रिशूल धारे नाम भोला भाला दिनों पे दयाल होके लक्ष्मी लुटाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बैल की सवारी करे ते उतारे गंगा जटा में समाए भक्तों को उतारने धरती पे आए स्वर्ग से उतारे गंगा जटा में समाए भक्तों को उतारने धरती पे आए भाल नेत्र ज्वाल से वो पापों से जलाए जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए जग जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बैल की सवारी करे डमरू बजाए, जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए, जग के ताप हरे सुख बरसाए। ओम नमः शिवाय, 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 ओम नमः शिवाय।
Sri Ramapati Mahadev ki jai. We will prepare to perform the Mahamrityunjay Jap just as we did last time, 21 times into the sacred fire. Then we will have the offerings of the final Arti. One chaupai from Ramayana where Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji sat to perform Shivalinga Puja. परम रमय धमय धरणी, परम रमय धमय धरणी। महिमा अमित जाई नहीं बरणी। बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम,
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
Everyone मंगल भवन बोलो मंगल भवन मंगल हारी,
सुदशरथ अजर बिहारी।
बोलो everyone जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री
राम जय राम जय जय राम।
नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। हर 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 महादेवाय, शिव 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 सदा शिवाय। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम।
चंद्र भगवान की, सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय। करे आचमन। ओम त्रेव लग्नं सुरिणं त्रेव तारावलं चंद्रवरं त्रिभ्ये विद्यावलं त्रेव लक्ष्मीपते तेऽङ्घ्रिकं स्मरामि। ओम तप्त काञ्चनवर्णाभा मुक्तामणि विराजतमलं कमलं दिव्यमग्निर्देवताय नमो, भगवती रुद्राय नमो रुद्रमन्योतोतैकवे नमः, बाहुभ्यामुतते नमः। ओम Close your eyes, pray everyone. As we perform the Mahamrityunjay Jap, we send that energy from this mandir to our entire community, to all the villages, to our country and the world at large. Pray together everyone. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandanat Mrittirmokshemamrita Swaha। Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandanat Mrittirmokshemamrita Swaha। Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandana Mrittirmokshemamrita Swaha। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यज्जामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेमामृतात् स्वाहा. Please all stand. We'll offer final Purnahoti. ॐ जय जय रुद्रमहारौद्र वीरभद्रवताराय संगनिनाथ महाभैरवाय नमो नमः रुद्रमहादेवाय नमो नीलग्रीवाय नमः सिद्धिगन्ताय गुप्तकेशाय नमो रुद्रकपतये नमो नमः ॐ नमः शिवाय. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शरणं वै पूर्णागुं स्वाहा. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्यमाक्षभिर्जत्राः स्त्रीणङ्गैरुस्तुष्टवागुं सस्तनोभिर्वसेम देवहितं यदायुः शतनं नो शरदवन्तिरेवातनशक्रं जरसं प्रणुनाम्य पुत्रासो यत्र पितृभवन्ति मानो मध्यरीरशतारुगन्तोः आचमन् शीतलं निर्मलं तोयं मन्दाकिनीयस्सर्वारी सर्वपापदं शुभं तरिडं कल्पितं देवमाचमन्यं समर्पये. Now please take the blessings of the sacred fire. Om Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Saki Prabhu Trivirata Panivarana He Vibho Aja Janeshwaraya Tava Pahimam Pratidhinam Kusalam Jai Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudarvajam Mangalam Pundrikaksham Mangalaya Tanori Bolo Shiv Shankar Bhagavan Ki Jai. Aram se baithiye. Please be seated comfortably. We will have a few words from Uncle Says and then the appreciation by Uncle Kapil, and then we'll have closing Arti.
Sitaram Panditji, and Sitaram to each and every one of you come here this evening to our Yagna. Panditji, I must say a special thank you again for accepting our invitation to come and do this Yagna. Pandit Neil, the Shrotas, the group was wonderful, and to you, the audience, a special thank you. Today in our midst here, we have some very important persons, and I must mention them. Firstly, our Panditji here, our Bhai Rakesh, Maestro Rakesh, Susie from M&S Food City, our Bhaiji from Sawa, as Pandit mentioned, Mr. Mangru, and all my fellow villagers, again, Sitaram, and thank you. I now welcome our PRO to get a vote of thanks, Mr. Kapil.
Sitaram, everyone.
Jai Sri Ram.
On behalf of this temple, the Bharratsingh Ashram, I must firstly say thank you to Bhagwan Shiva for allowing us to have such a wonderful yagna. These past 2 nights, I'm sure most of you who have been here totally enjoyed the Katha from Panditji and the messages that were given out. As Uncle says, I was supposed to do a little thanks, voter thanks. Firstly, let us thank Vedavyasji Pandit Lutchmidath Prasad Maharaj for accepting our invitation and to be here at our mandir and offering such powerful courses on both nights. Panditji, thank you again. Pujari Pandit Neil. Pandit Neil, where shall I begin to talk about Pandit Neil? Pandit Neil, I must tell you, is one of the driving forces behind this yagna that took place these past 2 nights. As soon as our president voiced his opinion that, we shall have something for Shiv Ratri, Uncle Neil jumped on the background and said, you know what? Let us have a yagna, at least 3 nights. We're saying, where will we get, who we should be called with Vyas? He said, don't worry, I know Pandit Lutchmidath. Right? And, he influenced us to contact Panditji. And through our president, Mr. Says, he made contact with Panditji. And this is how things began. I want to say Pandit Neil again, or Pujari Pandit, is responsible for many things that you see around here. Many, many things. You see those saris, those things that are hanging around here, that beautifying this place? I don't know where Pandit Neil get, but he supplied it. Right? And he was, this force, to corporate sponsorship. He brought in a lot of help to us. I will come to the Sankhya TV, later, but Sankhya TV is only here through Pandit Neil. Right? So, Pandit Neil, came, like one of the members of our temple, right? Who, with his effort, we were able to have this yagna. I must thank the members of the group, the members of we call them the Celestial Gandharvas. That's it? Good. So the Risha, thank you. Craig, thank you. Thank you all for coming out. And the 2, I must not forget, those 2 Gandharvas, female in the back there. They accompany me day and night.
Devani and Tanushka.
Devani and Anushka. Right. Thank you all for being at our satsang. The musical accompaniment on the PA system, well, boy, I contacted them fellas since last year because I know they are very busy. And if I didn't ask them or contacted them, I know we would have missed an opportunity. And they agreed, and they are here. I'm so grateful for that. Your drumming, your keyboard, and your PA system was top of the line. Right? And look, the Dantala is here. Not forgetting Dantala. Then we must thank those people who are responsible for the ambience of this place. I want to call a couple names, if you'll allow me. Those people who are responsible for having this place or making it look like this. According to take a word from Uncle says, this place before it was transformed into this Yagyashala it looked like it was looking a little curbular. Right? Right? So from that stage to the state that is here now, the people responsible, I will call them the Demansingh family, Marge and Franklin Demansingh, my friend Shami and Deborah Stipasad, Kendall, at Kendall, he was able to do all the infrastructure that we should get this thing straight and not looking so like this, right? And then we had a couple days, Auntie Sandra came and helped, and everybody worked in tandem, everybody worked together, you know, and this is how we were able to get this place looking like this and feeling that feel of devotion. Then let's move on to the people who are responsible for prasad every day. Auntie and her daughter Sita, who really run this temple for a number of years, they are responsible for prasad every day. Food is prepared by the Sharon from the village, who is a member of the temple, with her helpers. Right? The Murtis, as you see them here, they were dressed by Auntie Ji and her helper from the temple, and also Sri Ram and Sita Mata was dressed by none other than Uncle Craig. Right? So thank you again. Right? So lastly, Sankhya Television. Thank you for being here on both evenings and carrying all broadcasts. Finally, let me say thanks to you wonderful audience who came here yesterday and today to grace us with your presence. Without the audience, then only Panditji and the group would have been here with Uncle Neil. Right? So thank you once again. Thank you. May God bless you. Prem se bolo Shiv Bhagwan ki jai.
Srimapati Mahadev ki jai. Thank you very much, Uncle Sais and Uncle Kapil. And Pandit Neil ji, again a special thank you to my brother Bhaiya Ram and Bhaiya Sham and Brandon ji. And Bhaiya Craig ji. Sometimes I have a little difficulty saying the word Craig, so he knows when I say Swami, he knows exactly who I'm talking about. And all the wonderful voices who sang and joined us in satsang on the stage. A special sitaram to my Bhaiya Surajdev, Shri Surajdev Mangruji. I know he's here somewhere, but of course with the mask, it is difficult to be able to identify. I am very, very bad at recognizing people with the mask on, okay? And so we want to thank all of you for coming and making tonight again very, very wonderful. Auntie Shirley, it's very nice to see you. I asked for you yesterday and Dulaha said you'd be here today. So nice to see you and your staff who came and joined us in this evening's satsang. Please stand, we'll now join together in Shivarati. Bolo Har 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 Mahadev, Om Har 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 Mahadev, Om Har 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 Mahadev, Om
Har 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 Mahadev.
Bolo Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara. Bolo
Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara.
Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Ardhangi धारा
ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धा की धारा
बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा हरि शिव
ओंकारा
बोलो जय
शिव ओंकारा हरि शिव ओंकारा
चतुरानन पंचानन राजे
एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे
बोलो हंसासन गरुड़ासन
विश्ववाहन साजे
बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा
हरि शिव ओंकारा
ओम हर 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 महादेव
ओम हर 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 महादेव
श्वेतांबर पीतांबर भागंबर
पीतांबर बागंबर अंगे
सनकादिक प्रभुताधिक भूताधिक संगी बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा
हरि शिव ओंकारा
बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा
बोलो हरि शिव ओंकारा
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम
ओम सत्यं शिवं सुंदरम्
ओम हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे मेरी बम 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 बम
शिव बम भोला रे
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
भोला 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 भोला
भोला भोला भोला भोला
हे भोला हे भोला हे भोला हे भोला
हे भोला हे भोला हे भोला हे भोला
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
भोला 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 भोला
भोला भोला भोला भोला
भोला भोला मेरी भोला
भोला भोला मेरे भोला
मेरी बम 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 मेरी बम भोला रे
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोला रे
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
मेरी बम 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 शिव बम भोला रे
शिव बम भोला रे शिव बम
भोला रे
शिव बम भोला रे
शिव बम भोला
Please close your eyes. We would repeat, we would recite the Shri Shivarama Stotram. This is a special compilation of mantras dedicated to Lord Bhagavan Shankar, seeking the Lord's blessings, His mercy and His guidance for the fulfillment of all legitimate pleasures and the achievement of oneness with our Sadashiva. While we chant the Stotra, the Shri Shivarama Stotra, the Shiva Mahapuran would be lifted upon the head, circumambulating around the Vedi. And then, of course, we are reminded that these scriptures are not only to be listened, it is not only to be read and to be worshipped, but these scriptures are meant to dwell within our minds and our hearts and to be practically implemented in our everyday life. We not only listen to the Shiva Mahapuran, we live the teachings of Lord Bhagavan Shankar. We pray, Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sake Prabhu Trivirta Panivaraya Aja Janeshwaraya Tava Pahima Shiva Hare Kamalalochana Rama Dayanidhi Hare Guru Gajarakshaka Gopati Shivatano Bhava Shankar Pahima Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Sujanaram Janamangala Mandiram Bhavadite Purusha Paramam Padam Bhavatitasya Sukham Paramadbhutam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidhinam Kusalam Jaya Yudhishthira Vallabha Bhupate Jaya Jayarjita Punya Payonidhi Jaya Kripamaya Krishna Namostute Pratidhinam Kusalam Jai Mangalam Pratidhinam Kusalam Jai Mangalam Pratidhinam Kusalam Jai Mangalam. My Lord Bhagavan Shankar, may you bless our minds and our thinking. May you bless the decisions and choices we make. May you bless our hearts with love. May you bless our lives with peace. May you bless our homes with happiness and fulfillment. May you bless our marriages. May you bless our families, our children. May you promote health and wellness. May we be conscious of how we live, how we eat, how we socialize, where we go and what we do, Prabhu. May you continuously keep us safe amidst the difficulties and the turbulence of life. We pray a special prayer for all our communities, all our villages, our country and the world at large. May there be peace, eternal peace and heavenly peace. Om Bhava Vimochana Madhava Mapati Sukhamana Sahamsa Shivarati Janakajarata Rakavarakshama Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me. Pray together. Tvameva Mata Chanta Tvameva Everyone Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva
Tvameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva Kayena Vacha Manasindriyeva Buddhyatmana Bhakti Swabhava Karomi Yagna Sakalam Parasmai Narayana Samarpayami Achyutam Keshavam Brahmanarayana
Namah Shivaya
Damodaram Vasudevam Hari Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Om Namah Shivaya 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 शिवं सुन्दरम् ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरमीश्वर सत्य है, सत्य ही शिव है, शिव ही सुंदर है। सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम्। उमापति महादेव की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पुरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। महादुर्गा महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महादेवी माता की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Now, I want to join your hands together and I want you to turn around now. You can move around a little bit, not too close, and please greet each other. Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram kahi, jahi bidhi rakhe Rama, jahi bidhi rakhe Rama, tahi bidhi rahi. Sita Ram. Now clap your hands as loud as you can. Bolo Sita Ram, 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 Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Bolo Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ramchandra ki jai. God bless you. I love you all very much. Until we see again sometime very soon again. Om Namah Shivaya. God bless you. Please be seated. Sita Ram.
Sankhya Television is not only the first Hindu TV station in Trinidad and Tobago, but